It's morphin' time. Pterodactyl.
Hi there, this is Datila with 3 Years of Wrestling, bringing you the Wrestling Time post show. And for tonight's show, I'll be reviewing AEW Beach Break. Wow, AEW Beach Break kicked off with a ladder match for the Undisputed TNT Championship. It was Cody Rhodes versus Sammy Guevara. Wow. This match was a great way to kick off Beach Break. I mean, what was there not to like about this match? They went into the crowd. Sammy got the ladder and hit Cody right with it. Cody put Sammy Guevara in the figure 4 leg lock using the ladder. There was a suplex off the ladder. Wow. There was Sammy knocked off Cody off the ladder, Crossroads off the ladder, Sammy Guevara hitting Cody Rhodes with the ladder, with the titles. And then at one point they were both dangling, both of them let go and hit the floor. Sammy hitting Cody with the GTH senton from a ladder to Cody, who was on the ladder. Wow. This match was crazy. I have to say, I really, really liked this match. It was a great way to kick off Beach Break. But I'm glad Sammy Guevara won because they had said that Sammy had previously lost to Cody, which he did. So he finally got the win over Cody. Oh, and during the match, Fuego del Sol came out. And so it's a good match. Good match. Very good match. Good way to kick off AEW Dynamite. Then we had a 2-on-1 handicap match. It was Wardlow versus 2 jobbers. One was, I believe, Elliot Dean. And the other one was James Alexander. Kind of reminded me of the Josh Alexander from Impact Wrestling, but he was no Josh Alexander, that's for sure. This is basically a squash match, kind of a pointless match, but of course they gave it to Wardlow because he's from Cleveland, so they wanted to give him that rub in his hometown. Then we had the trios match. It was Chris Jericho, Santana, and Ortiz versus 2.0 and Daniel Garcia. There was some things I noticed in this match. Number one, Santana tagged himself into the match. Santana and Ortiz worked really well together. Jericho tagged himself into the match. Santana broke up the pin to save the match, but Jericho didn't do anything. At one point, Ortiz tagged Santana in and refused to not refused, but he just did not tag Jericho. So yet they ended up victorious. They didn't refer to them as the Inner Circle, so I wonder if that means they're broken up, or they're just going their separate ways, basically, because the Inner Circle wasn't with Sammy Guevara to celebrate. So that was a bit odd. And Jack Hager, where the hell happened to Jack Hager? I don't know. All right. And then we had the CM Punk segment. So he says that he's sick and tired of talking and that he's ready to fight. He was wearing MJF's scar from last week and he challenged MJF to a match. He wants MJF in the ring. He says he went through everything just to get to MJF. Then MJF comes out and says if they want this match. And of course, Cleveland was like, yeah, but it's not going to it didn't happen tonight. It's going to happen next week in Chicago. And it seemed to me like MJF was comparing CM Punk to LeBron James by saying that when LeBron left, he basically failed Cleveland. He turned his back on Cleveland and the people. So kind of referring to when CM Punk left professional wrestling and came back. Punk said that he never lied to the people and he would rather try and fail. And he says MJF does a lot of talking and says that Punk says that he can stand up. And then MJF says he's got backup and he's going to test to see if Punk can actually get back up. So Spears hit CM Punk with the steel chair. MJF ordered Wardlow to powerbomb Punk. Punk choked MJF with the scarf. MJF is going to pay for that. He truly is. He's going to pay for that. That's for sure. Then we had legit Lena Hirsch versus Red Velvet. It was a good match. Wasn't bad. Leyla Hirsch was victorious. She put Red Velvet in the... Oh, she grabbed a handful of tights for Red Velvet. That's just why she won. Then at the end of the match, Red Velvet put... Oh, at the end of the match, Leyla Hirsch put Red Velvet into the armbar. And Chris Statlander came to save her. I have to say, though, what Steve Callahan saying, what a great AEW. I definitely agree. This is a great AEW. It definitely was a great AEW, that's for sure. So next we had Dr. Britt Baker DMD segment. And she said that 2021 was definitely her year. That she's got 9 consecutive victories, something that the Pittsburgh Steelers have in common with the Cleveland Browns. And she said that she became the face of the division, that before her, the division was just a wasteland. She didn't steal anybody's spot. She created her spot. And she became the face of AEW. And she's not going to stop until she's female of the decade. I have to say, I really like this promo. There is a lot of truth to what she said. I kind of thought somebody was going to come out and interrupt her, maybe like Thunder Rosa. But I guess they're holding off on that feud to at least double or nothing. And number 2, she was right. The AEW women's division has come a long way. They've certainly come a long, long way. And they've improved massively, but they still have a long way to go. They do. Honestly, they do. I think they have the talent, but it would be nice to see more than one women's match on Dynamite. Why is it that Jay Carter wasn't there? Why isn't it that you can't have 2 women's matches? Why can't you have multiple women's matches? Rampage is only an hour. You could do 3 women's matches on Rampage, but she's right. She's the face of the women's division. And, but I have to say, I like Britt Baker. I do. She's my favorite in AEW, but it would be interesting to see. Never mind. But no, it definitely would be interesting to see, I know Deonna Purrazzo had challenged once a match against Britt Baker. At least she did. I don't know if that's still up for the table. But I have to say, she's no virtuosa. No virtuosa. I will say that. Deonna, she was voted knockout of the year. So it'd be interesting to see a matchup between those two. Definitely would be. And mind you, like I said, I like Britt Baker. I really do. It's not Steve Callahan saying Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, baby. It's not to dig on Britt Baker. I like Britt Baker, but, she's not a double champ like Deonna. Let's just go with that. So in the main event, we had the lights out match. It was Adam Cole, baby, versus Orange Cassidy. This was actually a really fun match. I actually liked it. We had a lot going on in this match. A lot. So, the first thing, of course, there was outside interference. Did I say correctly? Dan Hounston? He was under the ring. Cole opened, he pulled out a chair and he was holding on to it. Kind of just pointed at him and kind of left, causing a distraction. Steve Callahan said, main event was great. Yeah, it was. And kind of just left and really didn't do much after that. So then we had Brandon Cutler come out. Wheeler Yuta took him out. Then Bobby Fish took out Wheeler Yuta. Chuck Taylor took out Bobby Fish. The Bucks super kicked Chuck Taylor. Trent Beretta and Rocky Romero took out the Bucks. At least chased them away. I wonder where Kyle O'Reilly didn't come out. I didn't see Kyle O'Reilly in that scrap, but correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think he was part of that scrap. Adam Cole hit Orange Cassidy with the low blow, but this time around, Orange Cassidy was prepared. He had a steel cup with him. Cassidy, I believe, hit the Panama Sunrise on Cole. And then I liked how he wrapped the chain around his arm to do the orange punch, but that didn't work. They actually ended up leaving the ring, went back. Adam Cole shoved Jerry Lynn into Orange Cassidy, and then put Orange Cassidy through the table. He hit Orange Cassidy with what was that, like the light or something? They climbed to the top of the stage. Orange Cassidy, it's so funny because Adam Cole is like getting ready to end the match, and then next thing you know, Orange Cassidy disappears and he's right behind Adam Cole, gives Adam Cole the low blow, hugs him, and then they do a stage dive and Orange Cassidy ends up victorious to close out Beach Break. And I have to say, this was a really good show. I actually really liked tonight's show. It was a fun show. What would you guys rate tonight's Dynamite out of 5 and out of 10? Is that the spot you talked about on Twitter? Yeah, that was the spot I talked about on Twitter. Orange Cassidy, first one to beat Adam Cole. Yeah, that is true. But I think a 9 out of 10? You give it a 9 out of 10? Wow. But correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe a lights out match doesn't count on the record though. So I think Adam Cole's record has no blemishes. Correct me if I'm wrong though. I don't think it does. Because I know Thunder Rosa defeated Britt Baker. And that didn't count. Let me see. Steve saying 5 out of 5. Wow. 9 out of 10. It was a very good show. It definitely was. 8 out of 10. Wow, we got a Source Show giving it an 8 out of 10. Why'd you stop? What stopped you from giving a perfect 10 out of a Ty Dillinger? A perfect 10 out of 10. Jamel with an 8 out of 10. So I want to know. Ooh. Like, it was a really good show. Really good show. You know, so I have to that squash match kind of just didn't do it for me. I felt it was kind of the weakest. So I can't give it a perfect 10. I can't give it a Ty Dillinger. So I give it an 8 out of 10. And a 4 out of 5 just because of that squash match. Like, I get it. It was for Wardlow. Good review. Go Power Rangers. Thanks. Well, with that being said, I guess that concludes this review. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Oh, actually, no, before I forget, Tony Khan tweeting out that Dan Houston is not all elite. So, go Lime Ranger. Peace. What? Okay. So, like I said, thank you guys all so much for watching and for the continued support. It means so much to me. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and make sure you hit that bell so you get notified whenever I go live or release a new video. And I'll see you guys tomorrow after Impact Wrestling. Bye.